The first step of Canadians having their freedoms restored in full. In full. Not half, not a quarter, full. Life has to go back to normal as we knew it before coronavirus, if not even better. The first stages of that have been launched. I have created the petition. The link to get to the petition and sign it is in the description of this video, and it's at the top of the comment section of this video. I'm going to give everybody a moment to sign the petition right now. I'm just going to go grab a bottle of water. I need to drink water so that, my voice doesn't crackle when I talk. Sign the petition now. It is a petition to reopen Canada and end the coronavirus lockdown. Be back in like 2 seconds. Okay, so that's enough time for people to have signed it. If you haven't signed it, continue to sign it. But before that, just listen to what I have to say. So I have created this petition. I'm going to tell you why. This is a petition to end the COVID-19 lockdowns that are going on throughout Canada and reopen Canada. Give us back our jobs. Give us back our freedoms. Do not allow the authorities or anybody to harass us when we go outside. Now I'm going to tell you why. Number one, these so-called experts have been wrong about COVID-19 from the beginning. And one of the big, and with the exception of the US, who everyone loves to attack in the mainstream media, Canada, the EU, pretty much all the other countries were standing lock, stock, and barrel with the World Health Organization, which was standing in lock, stock, and barrel with the Chinese government, which was providing false information. First, the Chinese government tried to censor any information about COVID-19. They were censoring their doctors, everything. Then, when they knew that it couldn't work, that many people were getting sick, they tried to provide false information to WHO. This is why Trump is taking away their money. A right decision. Saying that you don't get COVID-19 through touching, closing the border, stopping travel restrictions. That's not gonna work. And then on the other hand, they say this is gonna kill millions of people. All this sort of stuff, all wrong. So if they have been wrong about all of this stuff, why should I believe them now? Especially when my Prime Minister, Justin the tacky-headed, tar-faced, swift-foot Mac Daddy Trudeau, is breaking all of his coronavirus rules. He's breaking the social distancing rules by going to his cottage, taking pictures, and he wants to make sure that you know about it. Taking pictures on Twitter and on Facebook of him and his family huddled up together in the cottage while we have to be all in fear in our homes. We have to worry about people who will harass us on the street. Not me, but, wearing masks and all this stuff. It's a double standard. Do as I say, not as I do. That's the thing. So why should I listen to them now, when they were wrong about so many stuff? Let's see here now. The travel restrictions, all of them, with the exception of Donald Trump, said closing the borders wouldn't work. I said that's the only thing we had to do. Close the borders to China and any other area that has it for a while. They said that's racist. They said that's xenophobia. That's mean to Chinese people. The mayor of Florence in Italy said hug a Chinese person. Now Italy has the highest rate of a coronavirus. America has the highest because they have more people, but Italy is less population, but pretty much almost all of them seem to have it. That's what they're saying, at least. And so look at that now. They're closing the borders. They were wrong. That's proven that they were wrong. Justin the Tackhead Tarface Swiftfoot Mac Daddy Trudeau is literally, his health minister, it literally says that blaming China is propaganda from the internet, while all the experts are now saying that the World Health Organization was getting false information from the Chinese. And this article from the National Post, 2 former diplomats are warning that the Liberal government's recent silence on China could reinforce the country's increasingly belligerent actions on the world stage amid concerns Chinese officials actively misled WHO during the early stages of Covid-19. David Mulroney, who served as Canada's ambassador to China in Beijing between 2009 and 2012, said Ottawa's almost humiliating posture towards China in recent weeks was a missed opportunity to acknowledge the country's shortcomings during the vital outbreak. China has drawn criticism for providing false information to WHO, particularly in the first weeks of the spread of COVID-19, which in turn left the world leaders largely ill-prepared for the virus. Guy St. Jacques, who served as Canada's envoy to China from 2012 to 2016, said leaders in Canada and elsewhere need to call for a full investigation of the WHO after it uncritically relayed information from Beijing observers claimed could be inaccurate. He also denounced recent reprehensible comments by Health Minister Patty Hajdu, who dismissed claims about faulty Chinese reporting as conspiracy theories that originated on the internet. It's the same thing they said about the border closures. You shouldn't do that. That's conspiracy theories. It's not going to do anything. Now the borders are closed. So if they've been so wrong, why should we listen to them now? And Justin Trudeau is now coming out and saying that he is going to arrest, he's planning to create law which will arrest people for providing false information about coronavirus. You know, like what I've been saying, they say is false, that hydroxychloroquine, many doctors around Europe are using hydroxychloroquine, and most of the people who use it say that they've been cured by it. They thank it, and tonic water has many of the ingredients of hydroxychloroquine. He says all that is fake. Don't say that. We're all doomed. There's no hope. We have to wait for Bill Gates and his vaccine. His potentially dangerous, more dangerous vaccine, which will be forced upon us. Of that, I am sure. He even said that's going to happen. He wants that to happen. So I don't listen to this government anymore. I don't listen to any government anymore. That's why one of the reasons I say reopen Canada. Another reason is that, number one, the moment you walk out of your house, you are already prone to danger. You could be mugged. You can go in a car accident. You can be struck by lightning. You could be shot. You could die in a hurricane. You can die in a tornado. You can get caught up in a riot. I mean, anything could happen to you. You could be arrested. But are we all just supposed to quarantine now? I mean, you may say that that's common sense. But when people like me say that illegal aliens who come to our country, and many of them are criminals, and many of them break the law and take from the government and all this, come illegally, we should have immigration controls and control our border. People say, no, that doesn't make sense. But not only that, patriots, not only that, most of the people who get the coronavirus end up surviving. Many of them survive. You hear cases of people who are 101 years old who will get this virus and who have survived. Now, people do die. But are we supposed to lock down the whole world and surrender our freedoms based on a very minuscule amount of people who will end up dying? I mean, even people who have pre-existing conditions usually end up surviving from this. It's a fact. Let me tell you something. I have probably been in contact with someone who had coronavirus. And I'm thinking of someone in particular. who had it before all of this. I think coronavirus was around much earlier than they announced. And she had coronavirus. Badly. She had it for a month, I think it was. And the reason I say that is because if she had those same symptoms now, they would say it's coronavirus. How much you want to bet they would say it's coronavirus? I was in contact with it, and I never got it. For some reason, I don't know what would. I'm not all that healthy. I have diabetes. I'm a little big. I don't know what it is. I think that maybe I credit it to eating good food. Try to. I mean, yes, I am big, but my problem is that I eat too much. I don't eat bad food. You know, my mom's cooking. It's like, you know, it's like cocaine. Once you start, you can't stop. So it's because I eat too much. But it's, you know, I don't go about. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm not saying that's a fact, but I didn't get it. I didn't get sick. I'm as healthy as I haven't been felt better in that ever. And if I get it, I don't know. Maybe I will end up dying. But you know what? I feel that we shouldn't have. I think that this does not warrant. This does not warrant the closing down of our entire world. This doesn't warrant it at all. This is an excuse to keep us under control. This is a socialistic wet dream where nobody's working and everybody's relying on the government for financial assistance. And they're trying to keep us compliant by giving us more and more money. Like here in Canada, for example, I just got $2,000. That's not going to keep me my mouth shut. I'll take it. Hey, and you know why I'll take it? Because I know that people who may not belong here, who don't have citizenship, and all that stuff, and who have never contributed to the system, I'm guaranteed they're getting it too. So if they're going to get it, I'm going to get it too. And by the way, Kevin J. Johnston, who we all know, who was arrested recently, he's free now. Kevin J. Johnston of the Freedom Report says that he is willing to help anybody who wants to get their money. He'll help them get it. He says he's going to take a 25% cut, but get into contact with him, freedomreport.ca. I will provide his info, his contact info, whatever he wants me to provide. I will ask him, but I will provide it in the comment section, so keep on a lookout. And I'll make a new video about that as well. He just wanted me to relay that information. That's why I created this petition. Now, this is just one step. I'm not done yet. I want to see how much support I'm going to get. If I only get minuscule support, it's clear that the Canadians like to be in submission and all this stuff. It doesn't mean I'm going to give up. It just means I'm going to recalculate the way, because one way or another, I'm going to wake these Canucks up. I'm going to wake you Canucks up. Because Canadians, sadly, are the most compliant people on the planet, and I don't like it. It's annoying. It's annoying. It's just everything bad that comes out of the globalist deep state, Canadians almost always accept it. When it comes to bad free trade deals, I mean, I think the only thing that Canadians don't seem to conform to is bad, useless foreign Zionist wars. That's usually the only thing that, and even that, I mean, that's a story for another time, but we didn't go into Iraq. But every bad thing that comes out of the globalists, Canadians usually think it's good. They are still, this is one of the only countries that still trusts the mainstream media on whole, that still trusts politicians. That, I don't know, maybe it's older people, younger people aren't not like that, but I don't know. But I'm going to stop it one way or another. This is just a step. These people have been wrong about this. I am sure that they're wrong about. They said that millions of people will die of coronavirus, and they said that the hospitals would be overrun with people. But many people who go to hospitals, they have taken video cameras of hospitals in big cities, New York and stuff. They say that it's empty. There's nothing. There's nothing there. Many nurses. I had a fan of mine who says she's a nurse. A serious nurse, and not some foo-foo little nurse, some, small-time nurse, some little, a serious nurse. She's been laid off. She's non-essential. I thought all our medical workers were supposed to be essential. So I don't think we are being told the whole truth. So I am going to say we need to stop this lockdown. I have been outdoors. I have not been quarantined. I have been out. In fact, I've been more out than ever. I've been taking drives to Burlington. I've been exploring the Niagara region. I've seen things that I've never seen in my years in my life. And this is my home. I mean, maybe it's a blessing, I see more of the world, I've been exploring, and I went to Queenston Park the other day in Niagara Falls. Never seen how beautiful Niagara on the Lake. I think Niagara on the Lake is my favorite town in all of Canada. Niagara, or at least in Ontario. It's my favorite place. I've been exploring. I've been out. I'm healthy. I don't think we've been told the whole truth. Now, people are dying and people will die. But are we going to close down the whole thing? Why didn't we close down? I mean, look at World War II in London. Businesses were still open during those times. And Germany, Nazis were blowing up London. They didn't close down anything. I think this is 1984 coming to fruition. They're trying to keep us under control. Socialistic wet dream. They know that nationalism is on the rise, so they need to snip the population. They hoped that Donald Trump would, act irresponsibly and irrationally, and then he could be blamed for coronavirus. But he's done the opposite, and now people are praising him, despite the fact that the media keeps attacking him. His poll numbers are going up. Same with Boris and all this. They thought that they would act irrational, but, you have to sometimes, when it comes to these sensitive topics, you have to play the game. Donald Trump said, okay, fine. We'll allow you to close down things. Okay, go on with your big bad self. Trump, Boris, all the time. They're waiting. They're waiting. They're waiting. Sometimes you have to pull back and let the globalists do their thing. Let them think that they're winning. Let them think that they're winning. And then when they get too comfortable, bam, you go after them. Bam, it's a chess. Let the other guy, let him take a few of your pawns and your knights. But then, you take his king. If Trump went out and no, and then they would probably, I think the deep state would probably actively kill people. And then they'd blame it on Donald Trump. And then he'd lose because, the people, by and large, still don't understand the world. They don't understand evil. They like to say they don't watch CNN, but, So, Donald Trump is it's the same thing with me. I could go out there right now and just protest and tear everything up. I have to wait. I'm going to do it. We're going to protest. We're going to go to places. We're going to gather. We're going to have signs. We're going to have a good time, food, drinks, gather many people as possible. The cops will try to come, arrest us. We say no, they attack us, beat us up, even though Justin Trudeau broke all the quarantine rules. He broke social distancing. He broke quarantining, all that sort of stuff. And he never got attacked. He's saying that he wants to arrest people who provide false information, aka do not question the government's handling of corona. Do not ask questions. You just sit down, shut up, and comply, and we're always right, even though you guys have always been wrong, and nobody's trying to arrest them, you see? Just let them keep it up. Let them keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up, Trudeau. Keep it up, big deep state. Keep it up. Keep it up, World Health Organization. Keep it up, China. Keep it up. We're watching you. We haven't given up. We're not giving up. We're not giving up. We ain't giving up. We're watching you. And we will strike like a lioness in the Serengeti when the wildebeest is at his most unguarded. Then the lioness, the Arana Nation, and his lioness subscribers and fans and people who believe in nationalism and liberty and people power will strike at that wildebeest. The deep state may be they think they're powerful, but they're just wildebeest. We are the lionesses. We're in the bushes. You continue drinking your water and eating your grass and having a good time and laughing at us, thinking that we're not listening. And then all of a sudden we strike on you with protests. And you can, and let me tell you, we will protest. We play it cool. They won't play it cool because they're entitled. They will send everything after us and they will beat us down, shoot us up, throw dogs after us, mace us, tase us, lock us up because they think they have the power. And they think that that will shut us up, but that'll make us even worse. And it'll bring more people on our side because they'll see that we're being abused while all these other people are breaking their own rules, and it'll bring more people on their side. These guys don't act like lionesses. They just go on, they just fly off the handle. So keep it up. We have the power. There's more of us, less of them. They have the guns, they have the cops, but we have the power and we have the numbers. Sign that petition. More coming up. This is the Arana Nation.